This conic section we classify to be a parabola, and I'm going to quickly do it again. A equals 0, B equals 0, which is always 0, and C equals 1. So the B squared minus 4AC will be 0 minus 4 times 0 times 1, which will give me 0. So I know that this is a parabola. I also know that this parabola will either open left or right because y is being squared. But let's go ahead and complete the square for this equation. So I will have y squared minus 2y, and I need to find a blank to complete the square, and I move my x and my number to the opposite side, so I have 16x and plus 31. So what completes the square is 1, so I have to add 1 to the other side also. So now I have y minus 1 to the second power, and that will equal to 16x plus 32. And if I factor out 16 on the right hand side, I will get 16 times x plus 2. So now I have my parabola in standard form, and I also know since 16 is positive that it's going to open to the right. The vertex of the parabola will be negative 2, 1, and it's negative 2 because this x is always associated with h and y is associated with k. I also know that 4p is going to be 16, so p is going to be 4. So the first thing I do is I graph the vertex of the parabola, which is negative 2, 1, and I label this vertex. I know that the focus is going to be 4 to the right from here, so now I write my ordered pair for my focus, which is 2, 1. I also know that the directrix will be to the left of the vertex 4 units, so it's going to be x equals negative 6, and I'm going to graph that as a vertical line, and I will use my latus rectum to graph the rest of the parabola. The latus rectum is going to be 16 units long, so from the focus I count 8 units up and plot a point there, and 8 units down and plot a point there, and I connect those points to the vertex of the parabola, and this way I got a shifted parabola conic section. I'm just going to make the vertex just a little bit darker right there. On these last two questions, we have to classify the conic sections. So I'm just going to say A equals 604, B as always is 0, and C will equal to 216. So B squared minus 4 times A times C will be 0 minus 4 times 604 times 216. So I will get a negative 521,856. So at this point I know it's either an ellipse or a circle, but because of A does not equal to C, this will be an ellipse. And the last conic section to classify, I am going to say A equals negative 12, B equals 0 as always, and C is also 0. So when I do my B squared minus 4AC, which is the discriminant, I will get 0 minus 4 times negative 12 times 0, which will give me 0. So I know that this conic section is a parabola. So the homework assignment for tonight is the homework assignment which I have written here instead of the one on the pacing guide.